All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the sincere apostles and elders of our great millstone, who are my teachers. And peace and salutation to you brothers out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity. This is the brother Yahweh Sap with another lesson, and this one is going to be going into the famine of the word. All right, and the reason of that I wanted to get into this is because of this bill right here that is being introduced. And pretty much what it is a anti-Semitism bill. All right. And so it says HR6090 to provide for the consideration of a definition of anti-Semitism set forth by the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance for the enforcement of federal anti-discrimination laws concerning education programs or activities and for other purposes. And so jumping down, it says Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, and national origin in programs and activities receiving federal financial assistance. While such title does not cover discrimination based solely on religion, individuals who face discrimination based on actual or perceived shared ancestry or ethnic characteristics do not lose protection under such title for also being members of a group that share a common religion. Discrimination against Jews may give rise to a violation of such title when the discrimination is based on race, color, or national origin, which can include discrimination based on actual or perceived shared ancestry or ethnic characteristics. And so pretty much what they're adding to this bill is discrimination against the Jews. All right, the so-called Jews, should I say, because the real Jews are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, North American Indians. You are the true biblical Israelites. All right, and once this bill is passed, which I believe it is already passed, you're not going to be able to say anything against or even make any claims about the Jews, so-called. All right, and so it says it is the policy of the United States to enforce such title against prohibited forms of discrimination rooted in anti-Semitism as vigorously as against all other forms of discrimination prohibited by such title, and as noted in the U.S. National Strategy to Counter Anti-Semitism issued by the White House on May 25th, 2023. It is critical to increase awareness and understanding of anti-Semitism, including its threat to America, improve safety and security for Jewish communities, reverse the normalization of anti-Semitism, and counter anti-Semitic discrimination, and expand communication and collaboration between communities. And so, they're getting ready to crack down with that great wrath, man. All right. And so it says, Section 3 of the findings, Congress finds the following: anti-Semitism is on the rise in the United States as is impacting Jewish students in K through 12 schools, colleges, and universities. The international, or the IHRA, working definition of anti-Semitism is a vital tool which helps individuals understand and identify the various manifestations of anti-Semitism. All right, and so it says on December 11th, 2019, Executive Order 13899 extended protections against discrimination under the Civil Rights Acts of 1964 to individuals subjected to anti-Semitism on college and university campuses, and tasked federal agencies working to consider the IHRA working definition of anti-Semitism when enforcing the Title VI of such act. And so I went ahead and did some digging, man. And this is the act right here that they went ahead and passed already. Let me see. The Executive Order number 13899, combating anti-Semitism. Pretty much it says Title VI of the Civil Rights Acts of 1964, 42 USC 2000D prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, and national origin in programs and activities receiving federal financial assistance. While Title VI does not cover discrimination based on religion, individuals who face discrimination on the basis of race, color, or national origin do not lose protection under Title VI for also being a member of a group that shares common religious practices. Discrimination against Jews may give rise to a Title VI violation when the discrimination is based on an individual's race, color, or national origin. And the reason why they're coming out with this is because people have been doing digging and finding out that those so-called Jews over there in the land of Israel right now, they're not the real Jews. All right, you had the Russian icons that came out. You have the brothers out on the highways and hedges preaching the word of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, claiming that we are the true biblical Israelites. All right, or should I not say claiming, but revealing. All right, because this is all according to prophecy. And so before I continue, this is going to be the book of Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And that's right, because the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai speak specifically against Edomites, man, the so-called white man, and moreover, Amalek, the chief tribe of Edom, which we identify to be those so-called Jews over there in the land of Israel right now. All right. And so it says, verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. And why is that? Because Esau, Edom, first and foremost, should I say, the Most High is going to remove his prophets from off the scene. All right. And second, because Esau, Edom is going to go ahead and crack down that whip, man. All right, you're not going to be able to speak or discriminate against these people, man. All right, you're not going to be able, because we're about to get into it, but pretty much what this bill ends up going into is that they define anti-Semitism as the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism. All right, and so one more scripture, the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. And it reads, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that's right. So Esau, Edom, he's about to crack down with that great wrath. And you actually just had I believe it's the ICCA, if I'm not mistaken, the International Criminal Court, the ICC, the International Criminal Court, they just put out a warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu's arrest, and this guy said he doesn't care. All right, he said they're gonna invade Rafah. All right, they're gonna go ahead and do what they said they were gonna do, and anyone who speaks against that, they're anti-Semitic. All right, so these things are real, man, and it's happening very quick. So we know that the RFID hip, the mark of the beast spoken about in Revelation 13, is right around the corner, man. And if you're not paying attention, you're gonna get caught up in this. And so back in this law, it says it shall be the policy of the executive branch to enforce Title VI against prohibited forms of discrimination rooted in anti-Semitism as vigorously as against all other forms of discrimination prohibited by Title VI. Excuse me. And so it says I'm going to go ahead and jump down to this paragraph right here. It says the contemporary examples of anti-Semitism identified by the IHRA, to the extent that any examples might be useful as evidence of discriminatory intent. It says, in considering the materials described in subsections and of the section, agencies shall not diminish or infringe upon any right protected under federal law or under the First Amendment, as with all other Title VI complaints. The inquiry into whether a particular act constitutes discrimination prohibited by Title VI will require detailed analysis of the allegations. And so whenever you get into the definition by the IHRA, all right, the defining of anti-Semitism, I'm going to go ahead and jump down. It says, in the spirit of Stockholm Declaration that states, with humanity still scarred by anti-Semitism and xenophobia, the international community shares a solemn responsibility to fight those evils. The Committee on Anti-Semitism and Holocaust Denial, called the IHRA, plenary in Budapest 2015 to adopt the following working definition of anti-Semitism. So on May 26, 2016, the plenary in Bucharest decided to adopt the following non-legally binding working definition of anti-Semitism. And so it says anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred toward Jews. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and or their property, toward Jewish community, institutions, and religious facilities. It says, to guide IHRA in its work, the following examples may serve as illustrations. Manifestations might include the targeting of the state of Israel conceived as a Jewish collectivity. However, criticism of Israel similar to that leveled against any other country cannot be regarded as anti-Semitic. So you won't be able to, they're not really going to crack down on you if you just criticize their government. All right. And, pretty much if there's a law that they pass and you don't agree with it, they're not gonna be able to really crack down on you, because that happens to every country. And so it says anti-Semitism frequently charges Jews with conspiring to harm humanity, and it is often used to blame Jews for why things go wrong. And the reason why this is starting to be believed is because it's coming out that you Jews, so-called Jews, are the devils, man. You're in that Israel Hamas war right now, man, and y'all are being very genocidal, and people are just pointing out how genocidal you're being, and you're getting upset about it. It's insane. And so it is expressed in speech, writing, visual forms, and action, and employs sinister stereotypes and negative character traits. Contemporary examples of anti-Semitism in public life, the media, schools, the workplace, and in the religious sphere could, taking into account the overall context, include but are not limited to calling for, aiding, or justifying the killing of or harming of Jews in the name of a radical ideology or an extremist view of religion. And what does that mean? That you're not going to be able to preach against these devils no more, man. And so it says making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations about Jews as such, or the power of Jews as collective, such as, especially but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy or of Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions. It says accusing Jews as a people of being responsible for real or imagined wrongdoing committed by a single Jewish person or group, or even for acts committed by non-Jews. And so you're not going to be able to call these people genocidal anymore, man. You're not going to be able to speak out against these devils. It says continuing it, denying the fact, scope, mechanisms, or intentionally of the genocide of the Jewish people at the hands of National Socialist Germany and its supporters and accomplices during World War II. The Holocaust. And so it says accusing the Jews as a people or Israel as a state of inventing or exaggerating the Holocaust, accusing Jewish citizens of being more loyal to Israel or to the alleged priorities of Jews worldwide than to the interests of their own nations. And the reason why they're coming up with that one is because it's coming out that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, about 80% of the cabinet in the government is Jewish. They all have dual citizenship with America and Israel, and that's coming out. And so all this truth is coming out about him, and now he's gonna make it illegal to even bring these things up. All right, because these things are no longer conspiracy theories. This is the truth that's coming out about these devils. And so it says denying the Jewish people their right to self-determination by claiming that the existence of a state of Israel is a racist endeavor. It says applying double standards by requiring of it a behavior not expected or demanded of any other democratic nations. And the reason why they're saying that is because you had these people all across the world that are protesting that are calling for the ceasefire of the Israel-Hamas war because of the genocide that's going on. And pretty much what they're saying is they don't want people criticizing them about that. Like, you don't tell nobody else anything. Why are you telling me? So how come everybody else can commit genocide but I can't? And that's what this devil is saying. And so it says, using the symbols and images associated with classic anti-Semitism, e.g., claims of Jews killing Jesus or libel to characterize Israel or Israelis, drawing comparisons of contemporary Israeli policy to that of the Nazis, holding Jews collectively responsible for the actions of the state of Israel. And so this is all what they consider to be anti-Semitic, and these are all what the brothers, they end up bringing out on their lessons when they're out on the highways and hedges. So expect your videos to start being taken down due to this. They're gonna label it hate speech. And so it says anti-Semitic acts are criminal when they are so defined by law. For example, denial of the Holocaust or distribution of anti-Semitic materials in some countries. Criminal acts are anti-Semitic when the targets of attacks, whether they are people or property, such as buildings, schools, places of worship, and cemeteries, are selected because they are or are perceived to be Jewish or linked to Jews. Anti-discrimination is the denial to Jews of opportunities or services available to others and is illegal in many countries. And so, hey, you're about to see things get very hectic here, man. And so, with that being said, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Know that we're in the end days, man, and it's important that you pray, you repent, and come back unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua and Lord's will. We're not only called, we're chosen. We get saved during that day. And so, once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Until the next time I say Shalom.